lot of that. I get this question a lot. Um, okay, let me just touch on what's the difference between SA and US. I feel like, I mean, the obvious thing is, you know what I'm saying, the culture, you know, you have a lot of culture here, a lot of different cultures as far as, you know, your different tribes and stuff like that. Um, it's predominantly black people here. It's predominantly white people in the U.S. In the U.S., I think it goes white people, it goes Hispanic people. Or hold on, yeah, it goes white people, black. It goes white people, Hispanic people. I don't know if it's Asian then black or black and then Asian, but the black people are minority in the U.S. So when you're here, it's like you see a lot of black people. You know what I mean? Yes, you see a lot of white people. That's a difference. Uh, of course, the driving on the opposite side of the road, opposite side of the car, the food difference. Uh, we have a lot of similar foods, but I feel like the U.S. has a lot more variety of foods, just because. How can I explain it? There's a lot of different cultures. I mean, different cultures. Like there's Hispanics, there's Asians, there's of course black people, there's white people, there's there's Puerto Ricans, like there's so many different, you know what I'm saying, races. So these races bring over their foods and stuff like Jamaican. There's Jamaican restaurants. There's Asian restaurants. There's Japanese restaurants, Hispanic, Puerto Rican restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Italian. So I feel like we have the variety of foods that we have is more. And bro, I noticed this just because when I'm on Uber Eats, I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm eating the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm eating a lot. And even when you go to restaurants, I feel like most of the restaurants serve the same stuff, but one place might have it better than the other. You get me? So like if you go to Life Grand and you go to Tasha's, they're probably gonna have similar things on the menu for real. Like all these restaurants have similar things on the menu. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like most of the restaurants have similar things. They either gonna have steak, some form of chicken, and pasta. Maybe pizza, but most places have the same stuff. That's why I prefer traditional food. 'Cause a variety of things in traditional food here. That's my favorite here is traditional food. But yeah, the food is different. What else is different? The languages, y'all speak a lot more languages. 11 official languages here, I think, in the US. I mean, most people speak English. Then the second language is probably Spanish. Uh, Cars. A lot of y'all cars are what is it called in the back where it's like this? You see more trucks in the US, more bigger cars in the US, like trucks, SUVs, things like that. Here it's mostly like smaller cars. I see a lot of smaller cars here. What else? What else? Yeah. I feel like similarities, y'all. I feel like people who are not have never been to the US think the US is like there's country, like there's rural. Y'all would call it rural areas, but there's country areas in the U.S. Like New York has country areas. Like you get advertised New York City. Outside of New York City, there's suburbs and there's country areas with like cows and horses and things like that. Like even New York has those places. Even around Atlanta and Georgia has those places. California has those places where there's desert and oil mines and things like that. Like hatchbacks, yes, thank you, hatchbacks. But even in the US, we have those country areas. I know a lot of people here when I have conversations, they think that it's city, just city everywhere. But it's not like that. It's not what you're advertising. You know what I'm saying? We have homeless people. It's like SA, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trying to give y'all some similarities now. What else? What else? What else? Yeah. I feel like those is a lot of the similarities that we do have. I feel like being black is universal. Black people are alike around the world. We are very alike. And I've noticed that because when I went to the Dominicans, I feel like aren't they're still a descent of being African, but there's like a Spanish African type flavor, right? So like when I visit the Dominicans, I'm like, dang man, like their culture and everything and how they are is like it's very black. It's very us. You know what I'm saying? And when I come here, it's the same thing. Like we're very universal when it comes to people, you know? I think that's another similarity that I can see that I can say. Uh yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to miss anything, but we love music. Black people love it everywhere. Entertainment, music, love it. I mean, you can say it about everybody. I feel like us as black people, yeah, yeah, pretty much it. I think.